And we're live. Okay, welcome everybody to this Friday segment of Creating Legends Lounge, I guess you want to call it. We have a bunch of guests here again with us today. We've got Tracy Jameson with us. We've got Thomas Margucci with us. We've got Tamara Trowbridge, Richard Taylor, Joyce Radford, and Don Hamilton today. And who knows who else may just pop on. You just never know. And what we're going to talk about today, we're going to have general discussion with everybody here on, it was brought to my attention that a lot of people want to know how to use Skype properly, okay? Tracy, I'm glad you're on here because you and I love to use that tool. It's like...
I love Skype.
That tool has made me tens of thousands of dollars, I'll tell you that right now. It's that powerful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and talk a little bit. I'm going to try and see if I can screen share one of the tools that we're using with it. Way back years ago, we used to use a tool, I'm not sure, I think you used it, Tracy, it was called Message Magic, okay, which was an awesome tool made by Grant Andrews out of BC. And but it's come to a point where it's no longer available anymore, and a lot of us that were used to that kind of tool literally went into withdrawal, right? Because it was everything to us. It's how we built our business. And then recently we've had Skype Seek and Send come out, which is, I guess it's in my opinion, it's a lower grade version of Message Magic, but it's still potent and does the job. Okay, it does a great job, allows us to do what we want to do, and that is find contacts on Skype. You know, and it allows us to find these contacts using the internet. Okay, when they're on there, I'm going to show you what I do with it, and Tracy will share some of the stuff that she does with Skype. Okay, now may or may not be with Skype Seek and Send, but she's going to show you how she uses Skype and explain to you how powerful Skype can actually be. Because I personally, I use Skype as a, it's almost like, how would I explain it? I just communicate with people every day like I would on Facebook and stuff like that, okay? But I'm able to use Skype Seek and Send to do it in a mass mailing type of format. So rather than going in and one at a time to people, I can take my whole entire list of 500 or 600 and send them that message simultaneously, okay? And again, a lot of times when I do that, I end up in 15, 20 different conversations. So you know, your Skype is going like crazy all the time. But the one thing that I can tell you about it is, in business, we talk about how important it is to communicate with people, have conversation with people, and that's how you build a relationship, and that's how people join you in business. Well, this is how I've been able to build my business into massive amounts. You know, years ago, I used Skype and Message Magic to put 7,300 people in my business in about 6.5 months. Okay, it's massive. You know, not just me, but me and my team. We did that. And all through using Skype, okay? So I'm going to share some stuff with you today, and Tracy's also going to share some stuff on how we actually do that. Now, I'm going to try and attempt to see if I can use it on my desktop. You guys will have to tell me if it actually works, because I'm not sure if it's going to let me share my desktop with you or whether it's just going to allow me to share the internet with you. I haven't tried a desktop with Google Hangout yet, okay? So I'm going to attempt to do that and see if I can get that done.
You just have to choose which screen you want to share. It does work really well.
It does, eh? So I can do the desktop? Okay, because I've just never done that, right?
Yeah, you just choose. It'll give you screens, and you just choose which one you want.
Okay, so I have to just... Okay, so will it tell me desktop? I've actually never tried. Let's see if this. I'm going to try full screen. Okay, and okay, but that's going into like Never Neverland. I gotta try that differently.
Yeah, but that's okay. It'll do that just for a moment.
Oh, will it? Okay.
Yeah, and then go and
okay, so now do you guys see it properly? No.
Yeah.
No. Yes, now.
Oh, you do now? Awesome! Woohoo! I love this. Okay, let me just put some of this stuff down. I'm just gonna Son of a gun. Okay, let's get the Skype Seek and Send. Now, for a lot of you that are using Windows, again, I don't know how it works on the Mac version of Windows, but if you're using like Windows 7, that's what I'm using right now, I actually have to run it as administrator to make it work properly. Okay, now that may be the same for others, it may not. Just with my particular PC, that's what it does. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my Skype, and if it comes up, there it is. Okay, so you guys see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where's the Skype Seek and Send? Did it not launch? Or is it just taking its time? I have one of these computers that just, you know, wants to run like 1980 sometimes. So let's see what happens. Probably should have had this loaded before. Oh, there it comes. Okay. So I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I do with it that makes things a little bit different than most people do, because most people will use Skype Seek and Send right now just for harvesting. Okay. And I don't really do a lot of harvesting. I'll do it occasionally. But obviously you want to get your list built. Okay. So harvesting IDs is real important to get started with. But I'm going to tell you, as soon as this thing is ready to move for me, I'm going to show you things that I do. Probably have to load my... This the one? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. And this is what I recommend to do to people, although they've got a bunch of things listed in the Skype Seek and Send. Okay, because they have so many different. I gotta get. Where is it here now? Bookmark. Yes, I have a lot of bookmarks. Top 100 MLM. Okay, I'll type in top 100 MLM of 2014. Okay, because what it's going to do is it's actually going to give me all the top 100 that are actually making money in 2014. Okay, and you're going to see the list that that's on Skype Seek and Send. Okay, right. I think I got two of them open. Okay, so on this Seek and Send, you'll notice that he's got a whole bunch of MLM options in here. Okay, and again, as he's selling this package out to thousands and thousands of networkers, what do you think they're going to be doing? They're going to be hitting these lists, right? And probably some of you have already done that. Well, I don't touch those because I don't want to be fishing in the same pond as anybody else. So up here, you have options, okay? So in here, you've got the quotes of what you want to go for. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my list that's here. And I'm going to look for people that are not on this Seek and Send list in here. And there's lots of them that are on this list that aren't there. And I'm going to actually go after those particular ones. Now, the majority of the ones that you're going to find on the Skype Seek and Send are US-based businesses, okay? So I'm inclined to do ones that aren't there, such as the Germany, the South Korea, the Japan, Russia, Germany, China. These are the ones I'm going to hit. Now, what I'll also do is I'll go in here and I'll do a search for new MLM companies. Okay. So what this is going to do is it's going to bring up, if I typed it in right, okay. Sometimes you might have to do a scroll. I may got to do something a little bit different. Let's see, new MLM. Let's just do MLM 2014. Let's do that because it'll give us a different search. Okay, new MLM companies and direct. So we're going to go in here. We're going to check this. Okay. Now it's going to give you a whole different list that's down here. And look at this. It'll only give us two. whatever. Okay, I'm going to type in one that I know of, okay? And that's not on this list. I'm pretty sure it's not on this list. Let me just double check it. It's not there, okay? I'm looking in the Zeds, okay? It's not there. So the company, I'm just going to give you an example. It's a new company that's out. It's called Zoocool, okay? And that's the one I'm going to go and I'm going to do my search on, okay? Now, I may get something. I may not get something. I don't know. It's still thinking. There's some coming up there now, okay? Let me just minimize. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the page again, and I'm going to hit it again, and I'm going to hit it again, and again. So I've done it 4 times, no change. So there's only 9 there. So regardless of whether it's 5 or 9 or 29 or 109, I'm actually going to save the ID, okay? And I'm going to send these people, and I'm going to go in there. I'm going to create my Zoocool, okay? So I saved it there. Then I'm going to go back to General. Oh, file saved. Better wait for that. I'm going to go back to General. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to load my Zoocool that I have, okay? And then I'm going to go and get my message, okay? And now, hopefully, because I closed it by accident, and I got to go and find it. So just bear with me. That's what these Hangouts are all about. Okay? They're there to test us for the ones that just don't do their stuff and have their stuff organized, like me.
And immortalized.
Right.
Yeah, okay. But fortunately, I was smart enough, I created a Skype Seek and Send folder. See.
Right.
So I do have my post to my Skype Seek and Send intro post. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I have this thing here. Here's my post, okay, that I have. And it basically is what it says. You and I don't know each other, but I got your information off Google Online, and I'm wondering if you're still involved in the internet network marketing. If so, I'd like to connect with you. Please add me to Skype. Okay? Very simple. Okay? It's kind of simple to what Frank has put out there, but I've just changed it to suit me. Okay? And you want to suit it to whatever your personality is. Okay? So I've got that there, so I'm just going to import it, and I'm going to let them fly, okay? And see how they're coming into my Skype right now. Okay, it's very simple to harvest things this way. And the one thing that you do not do is you do not connect with these guys again, okay? This is the only time you connect with them. You do not connect with them until this light turns green, okay? If it doesn't turn green, that's it. It's done. Do not go back after these people, okay? Because if they haven't responded to you, it's for a reason. Either they don't want to, or maybe that account is not active anymore.
Okay.
Okay? Make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Now,
Because
Carl,
if
question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, do you put them into a category?
I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to show you that right now.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let me do that first, okay? So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to create a category. So, whoops, let me do it this way. This is how he does it. So let me just do it the way he does it, okay? So he's going to go in, and he's going to add a list, and he doesn't have one, so I'm going to go create a list. It's going to come here, and I'm going to call it Zoocool, okay? This is what I'm going to do. So now that's in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and maybe you guys don't know how to do this, but you hold down your control key, and you click, hang on, you click on all of them, right? Right-click, go to Add to List, look for your Zoocool, click there, and boom, they're all there, okay? So I can go back now and see they're all in the Zoocool list. Okay, so now you're going to be able to go in and monitor these. Like I have a lot of lists. Okay, I've gone through and I've gone through a lot of lists that are out there and created them. And as I see them turn color to green, I have made also a an online or like a business contact list, right? And what I do is I add them to my business contact list. So if I go to Zoocool and then any one of these turn green, I just right-click on it, I go to my Manage Lists, I go up and I click this list to add them to now they've connected with me, so now I can start sending them a message, okay? Now this is very important that you guys watch this, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll remove them from the zoo pool. Okay? So I remove them from that list once they turn green. Now, you're going to start sending a message to them, and you're not going to pitch to these people, okay? When you're going to connect with them, you're going to say, some of your message will be like for instance, me, the other day we went to a movie. We went and saw Into the Storm. So I would say, hey, just connecting with you, wondering how your weekend was. I just went to Into the Storm this weekend. Just want to connect, get to know you, that kind of stuff, okay? Start building a relationship. Now, they may come back and say, hey, can you please not, send me any more messages or anything like that? You go, that's cool. I never leave the people off my list. So what do? I have a list that says, do not disturb, do not send messages. So I put them there. Because I want them to send me stuff. Just because they don't want me to send them stuff, I will still accept stuff from them. Because that will still allow me to reopen any kind of conversation I had with these people. Does this make sense?
Right.
Okay.
They're not dead. They're just in a limbo.
They're in limbo, and you got to remember, not everybody's going to come back and say, "Hey, Tom, I want to join your business. Send me your link." And everybody's going to do that. One in maybe 25 or 30,000 may do that.
Oh yeah.
Know any better?
How long do you keep them?
Sorry.
How long do you keep the ones that does not reply, or do you keep them forever?
I keep them forever. Because Skype will hold my list. Skype will never get rid of my list. It's up to me to get rid of my lists. I'll give these guys 12 months. Because here's what's happened. Just recently, I had somebody that I connected with doing this, okay? When I first bought Skype Seek and Send, I don't know when that came out, about a month or so ago. Right? On Friday, they connected with me after a month. And now they're looking at my business. So you just never know when these people could have been on holidays for all you know. These people may have never turned on their Skype for 5 months. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden they turn it on, they get a message, and they go, I'm just looking to get back into this industry. Maybe I'll call this guy. Right? You just never know. So always leave people connected to you. If they've been off for a long time, when they turn their Skype on, the first thing that's going to pop up is all the messages that was sent to them. Okay?
Right.
Some will read through them, some won't bother. So what?
Yeah, Carl, I'm seeing a bunch of them that they pop up green every once in a while, and I said, wow. I said,
and you connect with them. Send them a message. Hey, great connecting with you. What are you up to? Conversation. Right. Don't try and sell anybody, because I'm telling you right now, if you try to do that, I'm going to give you some real good, serious advice right now. If you're going to constantly go out and pitch people, it's time to pack it in this industry and do something else. Okay? Because what's going to happen is that this is the worst part about working online and working with this, because this is a very, very powerful tool that'll either work for you or against you. Okay? Because it'll take nothing for somebody to send out a viral message to people in their thing saying, watch out for Tom, block him, blah, 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 and then you're done. It's all over. Okay? So anytime you're doing business, from the start to the finish, you always end on a pleasant note. If somebody, you get into a conversation, they ask you what you're all about, and you tell them a little bit about this, and they go, my plate's too full, unless you want to have Val send him some sunlight or something. But, you're going to get people that are going to say that. You say, you know what? That's great. I'm glad things are working for you. Let's keep connected. Have a great week ahead. Whatever it is, end it on that note, and that's it. And then, if you get them to do that, if they come back and say, I'm way too busy, create that do not disturb and send them there. Okay? So that you don't send them anything anymore. Because sometimes these people will come back and say, well, I haven't heard it from you. I haven't heard any of your messages. Well, you just told me you were too busy, so I just didn't think you wanted to get anything from me. And I've had people come back and do that too. Okay? So there are billions of people on Skype. Probably, I think it's about 2.6 billion now that is on Skype. Okay? Everybody on Skype is a potential candidate for your business because 1 in 2 people are looking to make money. 1 in 2. Okay? So there isn't a household or a single person, married person, divorced person, whatever it is around the world that always isn't looking to better their life. So never kill a contact, unless it becomes abusive or something, then of course you got no choice. But In most cases, people are just going to say yes or no. And if they say no, that's great. End it on a great note, put them into that category, and that's where they go. Okay? Now, let's get back to messaging people, because I do this on a daily basis. Okay? Like, for instance, today, you all got from me in our Skype group that I was doing this hangout, right?
Right.
So what did I do today? To my 800 contacts plus whatever it is I have on Skype, I invited them all here. I sent it in there and I said, look, I'm doing a hangout today. It's happening at 5 p.m. Eastern. Love to have you there. I'm going to be showing people how to use Skype and Skype Seek and Send and how they can build their business with there. And I invited them. You see? That's how powerful this tool is. Camera. You could turn around and send your people every single day, everybody that's connected to you, a tip of the day. There's something, anything that's happened in your life, people love to hear about people. I don't know how many times I've got to tell people this. They don't care what it is. You know, look, what do you think's happened in the last, I'm going to say 3 days, okay? We all started the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. That thing has gone viral. It made, up to today, it's made over $50 million in donations to ALS. And we participated in that, and what happened? We were sharing these videos, and everybody was sharing these videos and talking. And everybody was communicating and bonding with each other. That's what this is all about, you guys. So, anyways, let's get back here. Okay, I'm going to go off this. We can always come back to this. Okay, but let's get back to having a chat here in the room here. Uh-oh, I bring the room back up. There it is. Okay. So I'm just going to stop sharing. So what I want to do now is just take some questions from any of you in here, and let's go from there, and then I'm going to bring Tracy on to give her side of what she does with Skype. Okay? So, Tamara, you actually got me to start doing this today, so let's start with you. What kind of questions do you have in regards to that?
That's what I want to know. What did you send out to people? Like you said, I can do the tip of the day. That would be good. Plus, I do have my own hangout coming up. So, do you build up to your things, or do I just do it on that day? You know, I don't want to annoy people. That's been my big thing. I don't want to annoy anyone.
No. What I will do is, like if I'm doing a hangout, sometimes if I have it created early enough in the day, I will tell people, hey, I'm doing a hangout, right? And then maybe an hour before I say, hey, don't forget, I'm doing a hangout at 5 p.m. You know, here's the link, here's the information, blah, blah, blah. I'll also do that for the fireside with Val, because that's very powerful, okay? The fireside is probably one of the most powerful things that we have in this company. Everybody thinks the hangouts are powerful. That fireside is powerful, and it leads right into a webinar. So you get a double whammy. So I always promote that. And throughout the week, I will do the same thing with people. I may not do it every day, and sometimes I will, but I'll send out things saying, you know what, we got some great stuff happening. You know, what do you got happening in your life? What's going on in your world? You know, maybe we can chat and talk about it. You know, this is what's happening in mine. Let me know what's happening in yours, right? What did you do this weekend? What are you looking forward to for the week ahead? You know, I don't always talk business. I'm engaging with people, okay? And you've got to do that. If you're going to build a business, you've got to bond with people. And one thing I will say today, you know, one of my mentors over the years, after Val, okay, when I had Val for a couple of years in Mentors in Motion, I moved on to a new mentor. And everybody knows him, okay? He's the attraction marketer godfather. His name is Mike Dillard, okay? He created attraction marketing, okay? And I still follow Mike till today. I still have his magnetic sponsoring. I was a member of magnetic sponsoring years ago. I still have his guide. I still refer to it occasionally. Okay?
Black belt recruiting.
So we got it too. Okay? Anybody that's been around that long, probably has Mike Dillard's magnetic sponsoring. And again, I was listening to some of his recent videos today. You know, I've actually reached out to Mike to see if he would like to have Val interview him for the Legends Network. I'm hoping he responds back, because he would be a perfect candidate to have as an interview in our back office. I mean, this is a guy who literally is the godfather of attraction marketing. He's the guy you go to and you kiss his ring, right? That's how it is.
For him to do one of our trainings,
and hopefully a black crow doesn't come up behind you or anything. But just kidding. But the whole thing is that we're here to be trained and mentored by the elite of this industry. There's a lot of good marketers out there. There's a lot of lucky marketers that are out there. I mean, there's a lot of marketers out there that came into success by luck. There's others that came into success by hard work. Okay? And I'm not saying that even the ones by luck, they're not good, because they are. Okay? They just have their own traits. They're not legends yet. I don't care if they've made $1 million or so. They're not legends. Some of them are because they knew exactly what they were doing. Others made it there by luck. And to me, if you get to that point by luck, you still got to work for your legendary status. Okay? That's my own opinion on that. Anybody can say whatever they want to it. But I'm a guy that looks at a person's history by what they have provided, okay, to themselves, to the people of this industry, to the industry itself. Okay? And you get people like Val and Todd Falcone and even David Wood with Empower Network and Tracy Walker, and there's a long list of very successful people that have made their footprint in this industry. And then there's others that are starting to make their footprint. And a lot of them are good friends of mine, and I don't consider them legends yet, but it won't be long before they are, because they're slowly putting their footprint out. And when I watched these two videos today by Mike Dillard, it just goes to show you where he came from being that waiter to being a guy who's making almost 8 figures. Okay? In the next 3 or 4 years, he's going to be an 8-figure earner. He's not there yet. He's mid or 9-figure, I should say. He's mid 8-figure right now. He's almost a 9-figure earner. Okay? Which is incredible. Okay? Just like Val Smith, he's halfway there, right? He's there. I mean, it's that close. Okay? So, anyways, I just wanted to kind of put that little bit of a blend into here, but I want to get over to Tracy. And Tracy, if you could, unless there's any more questions on the Skype for me, I want to get over to Tracy to talk about Skype. Any more questions?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, Tracy, come on and let us know the magic and the power of your Skype. Okay.
Oh, Carl, that's so funny. Make sure I'm not. I'm not. Okay, good. I'm not muted. I love Skype. I mean, I'm a Skypeaholic. I have been using Skype since it was created, and it's a little bit of a funny story here because this was way back in the days when Yahoo Chat was out there. That was one, and MSN Messenger. Those were sort of the precursors.
Those were the first
and
ones.
Way back in those days, people didn't use their real names. Everybody had an alias and a handle. And so when I joined Skype, I was creating a handle, and of course I tried, cowgirl, because I am actually a real Canadian cowgirl. Again, I'm at the ranch again, and so of course that one was already taken, and I tried, Blondie, and that one was taken, and somehow in the course of the evening I got Cowgirl Blondie, and they said congratulations, you're in, and it stuck. And so now that's my Skype name is Cowgirl Blondie. I've had that since Skype was born, so it's been a lot of years. And it's actually become a really good icebreaker with people, and I say there's a story to it, and I said it really is. I really am a real Canadian cowgirl, and now I am actually known globally as the Canadian cowgirl. So it's kind of a bit of an icebreaker, and it's a good way to start a conversation. But here's also what I've done with Skype, because it has evolved as well. It wasn't as good several years ago as it is today. Today I don't even have a cell phone. I don't have a home telephone line. I have a Skype telephone, that's it. And it is $64 a year, unlimited North American calling. And another reason why I do that is because I can literally call, I could call Tamara on Skype, and Herc and I could be talking on Skype, and then I could give Carl a phone call on his actual telephone, and I can join all of us together. I can join up to 25 people on that one call, and it doesn't matter if you're on Skype, and it doesn't matter if you're on your telephone. So you can join all those together. No, I don't know if people know that. Some of you may already know that. But that's why I love it, because it doesn't matter where you are. I can connect with you, and of course globally. And here's what I did a few years ago. I had a large team, South African team, and I would just create a Skype group for them and tell them that this is what time the conference call is going to be. I make sure everybody's logged on, they're in the room, and I hit the button and call everybody at the same time. So there'll be like 10 or 15 people in there, whatever. Hit the button, call them all at the same time, and then once they were on there, get them to mute their lines out, and then all I had to do was then call the conference line. I could bridge them into the conference with them being all into that Skype room at the same time. So it's a really powerful tool for that. You know, you can get a Skype telephone number for any country in the world that you want to do. If you have, you know, if you live overseas and you want to be able to call people from over there, you can do that as well. So for me, it just made sense for me to kind of drop all my other calling apparatuses, because this one comes with me all the time, and you know, it leaves messages, and people say, well, how do you deal without a cell phone? And you know, I've done very well for probably 4.5, almost 5 years without a cell phone, because to be perfectly honest with you, I find it actually quite rude when you're sitting talking with people, and the next thing they're doing is they're texting away to people, and they're and they're not even listening to you. And I will never do that to people. So what I do is, you know, leave me. If I'm working, I'm always on Skype. Carl, you know that I'm always here. And then when I choose to not be, I can always, you know, I'm giving people 100% of my attention, whether it be my family or my friends or whatever the case is. I'm out at a meeting. I don't want to be texting. Leave me a message. It will collect a message. It's my online. It's my my portable office, right? So it just goes with me wherever I go. So and it's always great, because wherever, I mean, I use the Facebook chat quite often. I'm actually warming up to it a lot more now, because I can connect with people on their cell phone on that as well. And so what I will do is then I will bring them to Skype. Hey, let's get together, let's talk. And so there's more power always. I mean, you can text all day long, but social skills have gone downhill so drastically in this day and age of people texting. That's another reason why I don't want to have a cell phone. I mean, I can text all day long on Skype and answer questions and multitask, and you know, and have 4 or 5 people on the go all the time. But I like to respect people and give people 100% of my focus. And so that's kind of what I whether it be in LinkedIn, you know, you can use all those social networks and all that kind of stuff, but Skype is always my #1 portal to, you know, to corral them back into where I can actually communicate. And it's great, because you can just drag people's names up all day long and bring them into a chat. You know, you can put 25 people on the line at the same time. And I think there's a lot of power in that, and you know, that's kind of just a simplistic. Everybody can do that. Like I say, it's $64 a year. That's what it costs, unlimited North American calling. I mean, most people pay $100 a month for their cell bill. So, anyways, that's my that's sort of my take on it. I don't know. Anybody got any questions on that?
Yeah, I used Skype like that too when I was back in working. I paid for it, and I would have conference calls.
Yeah, it works like a charm. The only thing you can't do on it, just so everybody knows, is that you can't dial 911 with it.
No.
That's the only thing you need to know.
Yeah, Noella goes, no cell phone at all, Tracy?
Do those calls include video, or is it just voice talk?
Well, you can do video one-on-one, right? But if you go past the one-on-one, then there's a premium Skype that you can pay extra for.
Yeah. 10 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you put it this way, okay? When I look at the technology we have, if you want to have a conversation with a group, then you have this. And this doesn't cost you a darn thing, okay? Yeah. Get your team into a room. You know, you can have whoever you want on the panel, and everybody else can get in there and watch, and you can have them asking questions and everything else. You know, something like what I have with mine. I haven't checked to see if there's any questions, though I should probably look. On my Team Hangout side, I got Livewire, or LifeWire or whatever it's called, right? And that allows me to hook up all the conversations to this particular Hangout panel, okay? So people can come in and watch this, and LifeWire kicks in, and we can have conversations with hundreds and hundreds of people, and I should actually check that, see if there's any messages.
Nice.
Okay, so I run that on everything that I do. That's the part where you don't have to worry about everybody having to pay money to do video conferencing. There's no need for it, because this is the biggest platform for that, and it's free for everybody. You know, I use Skype like Tracy does for one-on-one video, okay, because that's like a one-on-one coaching session, and you can get a lot more accomplished in a short time doing that than if you're on a conference with a bunch of people on video, because again, we're in this kind of atmosphere, right? So on Skype, you can't really do actually on the video thing, I don't think you can do screen sharing on there. You can just have the video. I'm not sure if they allow screen sharing on there. I think that was disabled. So this is a good place for you to do that. This is a great place to do training. You know, you get a lot of people using web platforms and stuff like that that's out there. I mean, I've even talked to Blair and Val about using this for presentations. Whether this is the right thing to do, I don't know. But again, you know, you could sit on here and have a panel of people and talk about this and run the webinars and that. Maybe the conference rooms are the right way to do it. Maybe this is the way. Who knows what it is? They'll find the right platform eventually. But I'm into a platform that's stable. Okay. You're not going to get much more of a stable platform than this on Google, because they spend billions of dollars to make this work. You know, their bandwidth is forever. It's unlimited bandwidth. So the more people that get on here, the more the bandwidth expands. You know, you may see a little bit of slow video, as you know, like we've got what 9 people on here, 8 people on here. Okay, so sometimes you know, I'm talking and then 5 minutes later my video starts talking, right? Whatever, that happens. But that's the joys of having this kind of thing versus spending, you know, $2,500 to $3,000 a month and having something like GoToMeeting that, you know, you have to buy per person after 100, and you have to add on. It gets very, very expensive in some of those conferencing systems, but they're very good. So it all depends on what you want to do with everything. But getting back to Skype, you know, just showing you what I did with Skype Seek and Send, allowing you to have mass communication to the people that are on Skype. And if you use it properly, you won't piss people off. You'll get people, you know, connected with you on a regular basis and wanting to interact with you. Okay? You're going to find some people are going to say, no, you know, please, you know, take me off your list. I have it all the time, so I do that. And then I have them a few months later. Oh, can you put me back on? Yeah, okay. Make up your mind, right? So I do that. And now a question that Noella brought up was, you know, do you go back to the people you put on Do Not Disturb or Do Not Contact or Do Not Send stuff to, however you want to call it? And the answer is no. I don't. Okay? They were on my list because they asked to be on my list. Okay? And they came on there. When they asked me to take them off the list, they're off the list. If they want back on, they got to tell me. Otherwise, I won't. But here's the thing. Most of these people that are on my Skype list, where do you think I got these people from? In the most case, I showed you one way with Skype Seek and Send, but that is about 10% of where I get people from on my Skype. Where do you think 90% of my people come on Skype?
Facebook.
Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+.
Yeah.
What do I do every day? What did I talk about with my branding that I do every day?
Hi, how are you?
Exactly. I'm sending them out my stuff through Skype, through Facebook, through all kinds of social media. So just because they said take me off your list on Skype, you're still getting in on those. Unless you want off those and you want off the list completely, unless you tell me or stop notifications or unfriend me, you're getting my stuff, man. Okay? Because I got you from there onto Skype. So if you don't like getting my stuff there, okay, and over there and over there, it's like, you know what? I post it on Facebook occasionally. Some of you might see it. If you don't like my shit, unfriend me. It's that simple.
Okay, well,
okay? Hit the unfriend button.
Let's unfriend him.
It's my wall, and you asked to be here. You don't want to be here, unfriend me. Or stop notifications. Those are the two options you have. I don't care. Whatever social media you're in, if you don't want it, see ya. You know, if you want to come back, come on back. I'm here. Right? I'm not going to leave on bad terms with anybody. I used to do that. I used to get very irritated with people and go, you know, I used to be like that. I get all frustrated with people. You know, why did you tell me anyways? You know, my stuff's better than your stuff anyways. You know, I used to be like that years ago. And now I have more followers now and more people that want to listen to me because I'm black and white about things.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned that from Val, because Val is very black and white about things. You know, you got to be transparent, man. Okay? You know, don't say you're one thing and do another thing. I used to do that, and it used to make me look like an idiot. I mean, I still look like an idiot, but I'm not an idiot. You know?
You said it, Carl. It's all right.
You know, you can look at me any kind of way you want, but you know, the thing is that I have to make sure that every message I put out is as positive as possible. When people come back to me and I communicate with them and they say, you know, they're in this and stuff like that, well, I don't turn around and say, well, you know, I got a better comp plan than you do. No. You know, I used to do that, and then what happened? You know, before I could get the second word in, they've already unfriended me or they've cut me off or whatever. It's like, oh, well, you know. But the thing now, how I communicate with people, and you're going to find this from all of the big guys that are out there, okay? From Val Smith to Rex Harris to Jerry Schroeder to Alan Hordell and all these guys out there, you know what? In this industry, there are so many different businesses out there. There's so many different business types and everything, and everybody has their own love for something. You're going to have the people who love health and nutrition, the people that love the ecosystem, the people that love motor oil, the people that love whatever, lead generation. You know what? We're all in different businesses out there, and everybody's business, in my opinion, there's nobody who's got a better business than anybody else, okay? There may be compensation plans that pay better, okay? And it's you got to be very sensitive to people, okay? Because their passions are so big for whatever that is that they're promoting. You know, and health and nutrition is a really, really sensitive issue, okay? Yes. Because there's a lot of people that are big into health and nutrition, and you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, everybody wants to make the world healthy, and that's great. I was in that industry for 16 years, 17 years. I did that, okay? And I love that industry too. But the one thing that made me change from that industry to where I am now is the fact that I finally realized that they weren't paying me what I was worth. I was making them very, very rich, and I was getting paid about maybe 40% or less, okay? And it's because of the way the health and nutrition industry runs. They have a lot of overhead. They have a lot of expense and a lot of cost, and a lot of greedy company owners, okay? I hate to say it. But, you know, and even in most businesses that are out there, the company owners are greedy because they know they can be, okay? We're in a great business with TLN, okay? And again, for those that are listening here that I invited that you're in different things, I'm not saying my business is better than you. This is what I'm saying. The company has created a compensation plan that allows the affiliates to make more money than they have in the past. Companies don't need to take 25, 30, 35, 40% from you or up to 60 or whatever the heck some of them do. They don't need that. The only reason they do that is because they know they can. Okay? And that's what it is. When TLN was developed, okay, and again, they developed this for the affiliates. So they decided that they were not going to take as big a cut as most other companies do. They still make good money, believe me, you know, but they're making less than 20%. And don't tell me that they have to make more than that, because I'll tell you right now, they can make 8% to be sustainable. Okay? I know. I've helped a lot of companies build comp plans. I know how they work. You don't need to do that because the way a lot of companies build their programs and add the comp plan to them, they build them so there's breakage. Okay, they know that they're going to make the majority of the money because of breakage. The more money that you pay out to the affiliate, the less breakage there is. Okay, so even in our business, in TLN, there's breakage, but it's so far down the pay structure that you're not even going to notice it. Okay, because you're making so much money already, you don't care about that. Once you're at that point, it doesn't matter anymore. You know, you don't see the breakage. Okay, and the company gets that back at that point. So they've done it real intelligently with this one here. They've allowed the breakage to happen later on rather than in the first 5 to 10 levels of the company payout. They've allowed it to come in, you know, from 15 levels down where you won't really notice it. And which is really intelligent, if you ask me. Because now what they're going to do is they're going to draw a lot more people to a program like this because they know that the money can be made very easily. You're not going to have the breakage that you're going to have. And it's because of the way that they pay out. They pay out multiple ways. There's 4 different ways they pay out in the matrix system and 3 different ways they pay out in the referral system. There are 2 different compensation structures in this program. The immediate referral system that has almost like a one-up system, kind of, except you're not passing your sales up, you're only passing a portion of the commissions up, and they have the matching coded bonuses in there, okay? And then you have the matrix system for the monthly residuals, which again has matching, 100% matching bonuses on your downline. So you have a matrix where everybody gets into, and then when I bring in like Tamara and Dawn and Tracy or whoever I bring in there, and they start building in there, they're within my matrix, so I'm getting paid on all that, and then I get paid on their matrix. I'm matching 100% coded bonus on that. That is not seen anywhere. But that is not seen because it's not able to be done because the companies are not allowing enough of that of their profits to go back. They're keeping all of that. And that's why that happens. And I got off the topic again. I don't even know how that happened. Right?
As usual.
What the hell does that have to do with Skype, everybody's saying? I don't know. Right? So, anyways, let's try and get back on subject again. Even Rena told me, don't get off subject on your hangout today. It happens with me. I don't know. It dropped on my head too many times.
You're welcome.
So,
oh, thank you very much.
Anyways, welcome, Alejandro. So anybody have any questions as to what Tracy and I have covered right now? I mean, if there's something we missed on Skype, or if there's some kind of questions about Skype, or what you should say to people or anything, let it out here. This is the only way we're going to find out.
Yeah, what should we say to the people on Skype? We say hello. After hello, what do we say? If they ask what we're doing,
I have to charge you for that information if I tell you.
Ah?
Oh my course is 1995, and that's not 19.95. That's 1995 ... Right? Never mind. Just kidding. So here's, again, what I do on Skype. You know what? There's somebody that's trying to request some information from me on Skype. Let me just see what it is first before I share it, because maybe they're yelling at me or something. So, a second.
That would be a full.
I'm going to find it, see if it's a nice thing. I'm going to see if it's a nice thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, don't put it on screen share until.
And you know what? I'll do a live screen share. Oh, they didn't write anything to me. They just tried to call me. Hang on. Here's another one. Let me see.
Tracy hit it on the head.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what did Tracy say?
About the social skills, and that's where I'm at. I don't have the social skills I need.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, because the network marketing. I've been doing this for 8 years, and this is the closest that I understand about network marketing. People actually working together, and with CLB and what I do there, and it's like, wow, I never knew what network marketing was because no one would show me like you guys are because no one wanted to be social.
And that's it. You nailed
it. You absolutely nailed it.
This industry, right? That's why. It's just so competitive that, I don't know the miracle that has happened within TLN that he has been able to bring everybody together to work together, and that's, to me, that's a miracle. Okay, because it's very seldom you see many big builders in the same program, because most of the time they're competing against each other. Okay, and I'm, you know, Val has talked about that a lot. Okay, now here's a perfect example. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
My desktop. Okay. This guy here, this is exactly what I sent out. No, my name is Carl, and I told him that, you know, we haven't met and all that kind of stuff. So we've connected. He's just connected with me. How's it going? Okay, so I'm going to do this live for everybody.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's see how we converse.
See what happens. He doesn't know he's on being immortalized on phone.
Live on Google,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is all live. He doesn't know that this is happening live, right? So hopefully he doesn't say anything
Be
bad.
careful.
Okay. He's also from Italy, Tripoli, Italy. Okay.
This is a problem that's been going around for years. I mean, the bigger marketers, all they're in for is the money, and they don't want to help you.
Well, that's okay. There's two sides to that. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that I'm in this for the money too. Okay.
I know.
I am, just like everybody else that's in here. However, I am not scared to share what I do with people. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Carl. I mean, I have always been a teacher, and I'm always willing to share and to help people. But I have run across a lot of greedy people in my business.
There you go. So I'm just replying to this guy. He's asked me where I found him, and I'm going to tell him I found him off Google. Doing a search. Do this, okay? And this is how I get connected with people all the time. And I'm going to find out what this person is doing, okay? Okay, now, here's the one thing that I can do with him, okay? Now I can find out where... See? So cool. See? This is where I found him. I just did that search now. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. So I am. See, I'm not going to let him know what I'm doing. I want him to tell me first. Okay. This is the kind of training that I think people need to see. Okay, this is live. This is live, and this is going to tell you how I connect with people. These are the type of questions I'm going to be asking him. I'm going to wait for his reply, and obviously they're replying. I don't know what time it is there in Italy, but I'm pretty sure it's late at night there.
That's why I like Skype too, because it has most of the time, not always is correct, but if people have it correctly on their Skype, it'll have the time on there of their country, their current time zone, and I like that.
Normally they do. See, like
totally.
right now, it's 4 p.m. Mountain Time here, and I think they're 9 hours ahead of me, right? So that's going to put them somewhere around 11 o'clock at night or something. Okay? I never heard about that one. I'm into MLM. See? Something online. And like yourself. Whoops. Company. Okay. Again, conversations. This could go on, you know, for a while, and we may not even get into anything until maybe tomorrow or the next day or something like that. And he may not be interested in my business. So what I will do is, again, I'll ask him if he wants to be on my list or not. And if he doesn't, then I put him into my do not send. Right?
Start in a few days.
It's like dating.
Okay. Okay. And he said at the moment, I don't know if you guys can read this, I'm going to be in something that's close to starting. So I said, oh, really? What is that? This is an MLM company, real company with a real product. I can show you some info. Sure. Right? I'm going to engage, right? And, you know, this is the kind of training that nobody ever shows. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody shows this kind of stuff. They don't show you how they engage or anything like that. Some people will. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to bring this up. And hopefully we'll find out what the company is. Tom, can you check to see the Hangouts page to see if there's anybody talking in there?
Yeah, I'll check. Yeah, I just got knocked off, so I just came back.
So what does this tell you? Okay. Here's a company that's only $300 to join, blah, blah, blah. They don't even tell you what the company is. And they go, oh, it goes up to $1,000 a package, and blah, blah, blah. You know, here he sent me a whole...
We sent you a link. What happened?
Okay. Oh, it's a binary. Oh, yuck.
There's a lot of those out there.
Okay. Well, things with people. Okay. I want to engage with. I'm going to find out what it is. Well, that didn't tell me anything. That just told me a whole big, long, giant letter, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, I missed
we'll
something.
see if he's going to come back and do that.
Picture?
And you know, I'm going to say. Let me just. I'm not. Okay.
Yeah, you got a real hard sell when the first thing you say it's a binary. I've done them.
You know, look, I can build anything, you guys.
I know.
There isn't a compensation plan I can't build. But just because I can build it, doesn't mean anybody else can. Binaries are very, very difficult if you don't know how to do them. Right?
Binaries are hard for a lot of the average networkers because they don't. It's
It's because you've got to learn how to balance, right?
Yep.
And it's a lot of maintenance on the inside, the interior of it, and it's a lot of work if you don't know how to do it, and that's why most people fail in binaries.
Yeah. True.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not even out yet. Wow.
8 Ilios.
So that might be another one that's in perpetual launch, pre-launch.
I think it's probably
pre-launch every day.
Or what do they call those?
Vaporware or vapor, you know.
No, it's what do they call those things where you put money in and it compounds daily? Whatever one of those. That's not.
Oh, Hyatt.
Yeah, well, not necessarily Hyatt, but similar to those, right?
Yeah.
There's another name for them. I'm trying to think what they are. I'll tell you in a second. So what's the... Okay. But you see, this is the things you have to do with people, okay? There's no... As you notice, I've never said anything about what I'm doing. They haven't asked yet. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do at the end that's going to get them thinking, okay?
He hasn't given you, did he give you the name of it?
Yeah, 8 Elios, but there's no website, so you won't find anything on it, right? Okay.
It might be by private invitation, another one of those.
Yeah, and those, I'm telling you, run as fast as you can in the direction.
Run.
Right? Anybody that doesn't want to tell you what their program is or their product is, I don't think I need to say anymore. Emeralds. Like
The gems.
Like gems? That's what I'm asking them.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was like what, Diamond Revolution or whatever that one was.
Colombian MLM.
And this is okay. I'm not saying this is what you guys do, but this is what I do.
Yeah, I do too. I'll let them know right up front.
Yeah.
Nemus, wasn't that the other one?
Yeah, just waiting here.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
But I'll stay with seven and 8. Okay. Okay, so, well, one thing I stay away from is precious metals and gems. So I do wish you the best of success with this, but I'll stay with millionaire mentoring. Oops, I didn't spell it right. Mentoring from 7 and 8 figure earners. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I put in their head. Okay? Yep. Because a lot of these people that are out there, they look at businesses the wrong way. You know, everybody looks at, oh, a real cool thing, it's emeralds, or it's gold, or it's platinum, or it's this. What they don't look at is the most important part of our entire industry, which is training. Because half these people, you could get in like the best program in the world, but if you don't know how to market it, you're done. It's over. Yeah. Game over. Right out the gate. Right? Right. So I'm going to see if he connects back here. I'll just wait a second or so.
People do business. People do business with people, not with companies.
That's right. And you know, I told him, you know, that it's one thing I don't do. So I've told him that I don't do stuff like that. So I do wish him the best of success. So I haven't left this on a bad note. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll stay with what I'm comfortable with, and that's 7 and 8 figure earners learning, right?
Right.
So, but I say let's keep connected, right? So I'm going to allow him to get back to me. Let's go back to the panel here because he may not connect. He may go, man, what am I going to say to this guy? Right? He doesn't know what to say.
Trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out what to just say.
He's trying to figure out how to respond right now, right? He's trying to figure out who I am and am I worth responding to, right? That's what he's trying to figure out right now.
Because he hasn't asked you what you did yet. I mean, he still hasn't asked you what you've done.
No, and that's what I'm saying. He's thinking. He's thinking right now. Right. So I'm just going to check to see. No response. Okay, so he's thinking of how he's going to respond to me. You know, and that's what most of them do because right now he's not sure what kind of a marketer I am. Am I a tire kicker or am I a veteran? He's trying to figure out the best way to respond back to me, right? So it may take a day. Who knows?
I'm heading out to a concert, so I'm going to be cutting out of here.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's how we responded back. So
hold on.
You know what to reply back.
See you, Don.
Okay, Don, take it easy. Thanks, bud. So hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. Just you know, kind of give you an idea of how I respond to people. I'm sure Tracy, you kind of do the same type of thing. You want to feel people out.
Yeah, I like to find. You got to start. This is social networking. It's about social skills. That's what, you know, people are looking for the holy grail in network marketing. They're looking to crack the code. Here it is, plain and simple, is be likable. Go and talk to people. Stretch your social skills. Make fun, you know, go and find something in common that you can laugh about and share some stories. You know, it's the know, like, and trust. That's really what it comes down to. So, I mean, make friends with people, chat them up, and, you know, some people there's just no way. You know, they're either not who they say they are, and you can pretty much source that out right away. Yeah. But, you know,
or they're so stuck in their own little world, they can't get outside the box. You know.
Yeah, you know,
and you're going to come into it all the time.
Yeah, Carl, I like to add something because I had an experience on Facebook with somebody I just connected with, and it looks very good. I friended him, and he looked at my wall. He saw some political things. He agrees with me politically, and he came back to me, and now we're the best of friends, and it happened really fast. He's a captain in the Navy. He was a captain in the Navy, and he was on an aircraft carrier on the flight deck. So, but we started with politics, and we didn't go nothing business yet. He wants to talk to me about business, but right now it started off with bonded on something very strong, that we agree politically, and we respect each other, and where it goes from here, I don't know. It looks very good. He says, he wants to see what I have. He says, best friend me, which I did, and he did the same with me. So it's something new to me because I'm not used to the that kind of bonding experience. But it was a very positive thing. Just before I came, it happened just before I came on this hangout, and
Nice.
and so I'm thrilled, and to have a captain, someone who is a leader. I'm really looking forward to working with this guy. I'd love to have him join my team, and I think he could do well for him.
Well, you just never know. And again, people can get onto all kinds of different topics. I mean, first of all, the two big topics that most people get involved on are politics and religion, right?
I
Those are the
need
two
both of
things.
those off my wall.
I don't talk about in business, but other people do, and it's to each his own that do that. The reason I don't talk about those two is because they're little bombs ready to blow, right? Because all it takes is one wrong thing for you to say, and that's it. So those are the kind of things that I keep out of it. You just happen to use it as a good introduction thing, and that's great. It's fantastic that you guys both have the same views. Okay.
Right, that was the thing. He saw
it good for you. Had something gone wrong in that conversation, that guy would be blacklisting you for life.
Yeah.
So again, you have to be careful about what you say, and that's why I keep those two topics are very, very sensitive. In my opinion, they don't belong in business because I've seen too many businesses. My father's business got damn near completely totaled because my dad was headstrong on a certain topic in his head, and I won't get into that, and it damn near crushed him because anybody that talked opposite of that, if he owned a gun, the population would be a little bit shorter, right? So,
Well,
I'm just telling the truth. This is it. Some people take it to the extreme, and that's why I just, whenever somebody brings that up, I just go, man, that was a great day yesterday. Or, I change it. I say, by the way, did you happen to see that the other day?
How about those Canucks anyway?
How about them Canucks? Yeah.
He brought it up. I didn't bring it up. It wasn't me that
to
brought
make
it up.
sure that you keep everybody calm in a conversation, because this is what people do, and I'm very guilty of it myself. People will act before they think 99% of the time. They will act. They will say something that they will learn to regret, and especially if it's on something like this. Once this thing goes live, anybody can download this thing in a second, and it don't matter if I take it down. It's there. It's out there someplace.
Right.
So I am very cautious because I've been caught saying my opinion online that literally had people wanting to kill me. Right?
Oh boy.
And I'm not sure if it was in a real sense or not, but it felt like it. I was scared for my life there a few years ago because of some things I said that because I got angry and I said things and I thought, shit, oops, excuse me, shoot.
There you go. You just on the internet now.
It's a quarter in the bucket, right?
Yeah.
I apologize for that out there. Sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
It happens, and everybody's been in that situation. Okay, you can't say you haven't. At some point in time, everybody has been in that situation in this room, and anybody who's listening to this has been in that situation, and so on. Yeah. So, I'm not going to give you advice and say don't do it. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it.
You know what, Carl? And it's like what Val said too: is people are always watching what you're doing, and you don't know from what direction they could be. I mean, I call my sister the Facebook creeper. Sorry, Joe, but it's a family joke because she likes to go in behind people's, and this is what everybody should be doing, is going into people's profiles, seeing who they are, what they belong to, watching their posts and see what they say, because that's a good indicator of who they are. Whether they got a foul mouth, you don't want to be having that around you. Whether they've got political views that might tarnish, you don't want to have that being public. And those are things I never curse on there. I never have political or any religious views on there, because I've got family members. I've got great nieces and nephews, and I'm very cautious about what I post. And very careful what I say, because again, it's out there. And,
you have to be, because it's your fingerprints digitally put out there that won't be removed. I mean, you got to remember, the moment that I end this video here, Google owns this video. Google owns this video. Okay? Even if I went in and deleted it out of my account, this is still archived on Google. Okay? The moment I write anything on Facebook, Facebook owns it. I put a picture up, I make a comment, whatever it is, my digital fingerprint is there. They own it. And Facebook says that right on their site. If you don't like our policies, don't use Facebook.
Yeah. And here's something on that note, Carl, just on that note, it's a good practice. I don't know if anybody does this. I do. Google yourself. Go and Google yourself and go through a few pages and see what's out there on you.
Oh, I already know.
I know you do, but I'm just making that general statement for people. If they haven't, I would continue to do that just to see what is out there.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. I know what's out there because I do that on me all the time. And look, I got stuff that's written badly about me, and it's from my past. But whatever. Some of the things that I was in, I got into some programs that just went sour, and I got thrown under the bus, and lots of stuff like that happens. There's on scam.com, you could go to scam.com and type my name in, and they'll have me associated with all kinds of programs out there that I'm like the worst thing on the internet out there. And I've actually had to do legal action against those guys for writing shit like that.
People.
Right? But you know what? You're either gonna believe the person that I am, or that you are, or whatever. People are either gonna believe who you are, and what you're capable of, and what you do, and the goodness, and the whatever else that you do, and they're gonna work with you regardless of that. I tell everybody that I work with to go and do due diligence on me. Okay?
Absolutely.
And I'll even tell them, well, this site you'll see on this site you'll see here, and this site you'll see here. Okay? I give them the sites half the time. There, it's right there. I'm not scared. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, guys, I gotta run. Looks like everybody's back in town here, so I gotta run, and somebody's waiting to talk to me as well. So.
No problem, Trace. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna call this. We're gonna wrap this up, anyways.
Thanks, Carl.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good one. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Well, basically, if you want to put something political, you want to put something religious on your timeline, there's no reason why you shouldn't, right?
It's up to you. It's up to you. You just have to. You have to be able to understand that you got to live with whatever it is that comes back to you on that. Because if you're a Republican, there's a Democrat that's going to hate your guts. Okay?
Well,
if you're a Democrat, there's a Republican that's going to hate your guts.
You know what I actually do, Carl?
Whatever it is, there's always going to be somebody who's not going to like whatever you do. Just up here in Canada, we've got like 5 different parties up here. I mean, right. I could turn around and run for friggin' council here and call myself the Edmonton Party or the Creating Legends Party, and I could still run and probably get elected, right? The point is that, whatever it is that you say you're going to do is not necessarily always that happens. And that's what happens in politics. That's why I keep it out. I'm a guy who's black and white. I do what I say I'm going to do. And if I say I can't do it, I'm going to tell you I can't do it. It's that simple. And if that makes a difference between whether you want to do business with me or not, so be it. Yeah, but I'm not going to be this guy who's going to say, well, I'll do anything you can for you, and then not do a damn thing. Right? I'm going to bust my butt, and I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do everything that I say that I'm going to do. I run a rotation system. I go out there and do it. You've been affected by it, Tom, and Noella, not quite Noella yet. Joyce just came in, but I've had 16 people in my downline that have received personal sign-ups from me. Because I go out and I do what I say I'm going to do. I don't know what the time frame is. My time frame for everybody, I put a time frame of 30 to 45 days. If I hit it, great. If I not hit it, I'm still going to hit it, okay? Because I work until I achieve what I want to do. If they quit on me before then, that's not my problem. They just didn't wait long enough for me. I would have done it. But, you know, the problem is with people today in general is they've been spoiled in the natural working world, okay? They can go to work every day and put in a 60% effort and still get paid 100% of their wage, okay? They can put a 20% effort in and still get paid 100% of their wage. In our business here, you put in 20%, that's exactly what you can expect to get back or less, okay? Because we're all about doing building our business. You know, each and every one of us have different things. I mean, we got Richard who's retired. We got Tom. You know, you're unemployed. Noella's unemployed. Joyce is retired. Alejandro has a business. You know, his own business, but he's at the point of, you know, I'm really getting tired of this. I'd really like to do something else, right? And you get a lot of people that are there. I've talked to doctors and lawyers and police officers and all kinds of people that, you know, love their job, but don't love the job. You know what I mean? Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So they're looking for a change in their life. You know, we have people that are getting retired at 65 or 60 or whatever it is, and they have no pension. So they have no choice but to go out and find a way to make a living, because wherever they were working, either the company went broke or whatever, and there's no pension to be paid out. You know, this is going to happen to people in the future. I mean, everybody's going, well, you know, I'm going to have my pension. You know, someone who's, I'm 51, by the time I turn 65, there may be no money left to pay me a pension. Right. At the rate things are going. So I have to go out and I have to secure my own life.
The pensions are not that great anyway.
Well, no, they're not. Listen, my father, and I've said this before on many, my mom and dad were multimillionaires, okay? They made a lot of money back in the 70s and 80s, a ton of it, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, I mean, my dad was making $100,000 plus a month back in the 70s, okay? He had a lot of money. He made some bad investments. I watched my father go from over $10 million in his bank account to dead broke in 48 hours. I watched it happen. I watched his entire empire collapse, right? My dad died a very poor man. He had less than $800 a month pension coming to him. And this is a guy who was used to making $100,000 a month. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you never know when things are going to happen. And Val talks about this all the time. He wants to do something and make an impact to make and ensure his family's security over time, because he doesn't know. You know, nobody knows. I mean, you know, Alejandro could have a great, successful practice today, and then something could go wrong, right? He doesn't know that. You know, you could have a pension today, and all of a sudden the government could phone you tomorrow and say, you know, Joyce, as much as we love you as an American citizen, we've got to tell you that, you know what, we don't even have $1 to give you anymore. Mm-hmm. You don't know. Nobody knows, right? And this is why we have people, and a lot of them are baby boomers and older, that are doing this because they don't have that security anymore. And it's not just in North America. It's, you know, not Canada or the U.S. It's everywhere around the world. Everywhere is affecting. You know, you get work done over here. Try Europe. Try them. Those guys, I'm telling you, I feel so sorry for them over there, because the mismanagement of money that's happened. Look at Italy. Look at Greece. Look at all those countries. Spain. You know, it's happening everywhere, and a lot of it had to do with the misuse of power and the way they ran their countries, and they ran them into the ground, right? Misuse of funds and stuff like that. It happens everywhere. Every country has done. The U.S. has done it. Canada has done it. Everybody's done it. Okay, and it's all about you know what? I gotta stop right now. We're into politics now. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done. The politics segment is over.
Oh my God! Here we go. We haven't gotten here.
Get to hear from Skype. My goodness.
We got to continue the Skype thing. I mean, we want to see more conversations, Carl.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do Facebook stuff. I'm gonna do LinkedIn stuff. I'm gonna do it all live. Okay.
Cool.
And hopefully I get it to work live. Sometimes it doesn't happen on Facebook and that, but I'll do the best that I can to make it happen. So here we are. Before anything gets out of control again, I hate it when that happens. Okay, I get completely off topic here, and we got into a subject that I just absolutely hate. So we're going to call this an end, and I apologize to anybody out there who's listening. You're probably thinking that, man, oh man, what happened to this guy? Maybe he needs food or something. I don't know. But I want to thank all of you guys for coming on here today. Okay, thank you all for participating and everything. And if there's any last questions or any last thoughts you guys want to give before you all leave, let me know.
It was good. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see you on the webinars tomorrow and Sunday if you can make it. If not, I guess we'll see you on Monday. Thanks again for hanging out with me. And I'm going to be doing Hangouts on Monday as well, okay? I think my Hangouts on Monday, though, will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then I'm just going to keep the 5 at...
the early ones are hard for me.
I can't make the 2 p.m. Because I'm gone to the pool.
Yeah, there's some people that can't make the later ones, so I want to have at least one Hangout a week that everybody can make, right? So.
Yeah. Well, I go to the pool every morning, so I'm not available in the morning.
They're recorded anyway, so if you miss it...
I'll listen to it.
Okay, thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thanks for your support.
Hey, anytime. I'm here for you guys. Take care.
Have a really wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks.
Bye-bye.